Okay, this is about how to put a solid inner tube on a bicycle. These are the directions from Bell, who at one time used to make these solid tubes. They look like this. They're solid. It's like it has air in it. I don't know if they still make them anymore. I do like buying their tires from Walmart. They're only like $16. They got some Kevlar in them. As you can see, they're a pretty stiff tire. Compare that to Schwalbe, which is more of a racing tire that's very soft and light. Anyway, so I prefer to use this because I'm not racing. I just want something that's not gonna go bad on me. Anyway, just to save you some time, I'm going to show you these directions. You're going to have to pause to read them. I'm not going to go through them. Basically, it says use 3 screwdrivers, one of them a Phillips, to put through the hole in the rim. You can see that right there. It's a really good idea because if you use a smaller one, use a flathead, you're going to have trouble pulling that screwdriver out. Anyway, 2 screwdrivers work good. I tried using these plastic things meant for this, but when it got down to the end, it started bending. Anyway, at this point, you saw the directions. Hopefully you paused it. Hopefully it was in focus. That's all you need. You can stop the video now and just do it. That's the proper way to do it. Now I'm just going to do it so those of you that have the time and want to see what it really looks like to do this can do it. Now just about all tires nowadays will have a little tiny arrow on it. It's supposed to go the direction. Whether that makes a difference or not, I don't know, but I'm following it. Also, if you notice, I put the disc on top so that I don't warp it by pressing down on the ground and all that. When I did the rear one, I just put the gears toward the grass, not toward concrete. And, you know, guess you could use towels or something, t-shirts, whatever you got, just to protect those metal parts. Anyway, get this on there. It's not too hard. First thing you do is find the hole, go ahead and put that through like there. That's where you start. I could use these plastic things, why bother? Here we go. Working my way around. By the way, if you want to see someone that does a lot of rehearsals or something, watch another channel. Anyway, here's a nice little thing I like to point out. See how this bead, which probably has steel in it, goes around? The trick is, especially if you're doing a rear motorcycle tire, you got to get that bead all the way down into this rim on a motorcycle, because otherwise you'll never be able to work your way around this. Now, because this is a bicycle, it's not as tough, so I'm not even going to bother worrying about that right now. Oh yeah, you make scratches on your rims when you use screwdrivers if you're not careful. Just did that and I don't care. Anyway, I'm pushing the bead down into the tire so that it's kind of even. If I don't do that, I'll never get this done, especially without soap and water. And I'm using a little more strength too because, again, I'm kind of just flubbing through here. If I want to, I guess I could take smaller bites and I'll go in a lot easier. These are just plain old screwdrivers, flatheads. Luckily, you don't have to worry about pinching a tube so much on this because there is no normal tube. Oh, that's tough. Whew. It's September right now, so it's kind of hot here in Southern California. I heard that California is kind of like hot oven as far as why it was named. This is California. I think it's quite appropriate for most of the state. Central and oh man, I'm about ready to quit on this because this is not sticking in. I'm not gonna quit. It was a lot easier when I did the other one. I don't know what the deal is with this. Yeah, I did do one rehearsal with the other tire and got it in. Oh, well, I guess I'll use one of these things after all. Just to kind of hold it in place. Hell with it. I don't know why this is getting so hard. The other one went a lot easier. Okay, so I got kind of getting those things seated now. If you don't get this bead set all the way around, you're not going to get it on. That's why using the soap and water is probably a good idea. And certainly, if you're not in the field where you don't have access to at least water, probably a good idea, but I want to do it the hard way. You don't do it the hard way, it's not as fun. Yeah. Yep, making scratches in the rims. Probably shouldn't do this, but they're just black paint. I can touch it up when I sell the bike if I ever do. Yeah, for some reason it's not seating in good. What I'll do, I don't know what I'll do. Guess I'll just try to skip ahead here. See if that pulls it tighter. Worked last time. Oh yeah, if you're doing this with an inner tube, you'd probably mess it up. Ah, hell. Better just stop the video now, maybe. trying to do this with just 2 screwdrivers. If I did a third, it'd probably work a lot better. But, oh boy. This thing's not even going in at all right here. I gotta fix that. Maybe if I went and put this here, it'd pull it in tighter. I think I did this on the first run. Well, I'm scratching the heck out of the rims. How embarrassing. Look at that. It's not even going down in there. And this is the right size tube for the right size tire, believe it or not. Which I don't believe it, the way it's going in now. The other one I did. Ah, jeez. Alright, gonna have to use something else. Here's the bent one. Oh, it's plastic. That works good on a normal tire maybe, but not these things with air in them, basically. Anyway, I'm finding that if I just start back here where the problem started, it's not just going in. Seems like I'm getting them in now. And that's important. If you don't get it in, as you can see, you end up getting stuck. You gotta get that bead under the lip there where it belongs. By the way, this has directions too. I didn't read them. May as well put them up here because I'm not going to redo this video. Hopefully some of this is in focus and you can pause it when it is. If you're using a cell phone, you're screwed. Maybe you could do screenshots and blow it up. Alright, so I'm getting there. If I use soap and water, this would probably be really easy. About ready to go get some water right now. It's a thought. Now, the other two went in really easy compared to this one. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe overconfidence. I'm gonna try something here and just work my way around. Maybe I'll tighten up that bead where it needs to be without breaking the bead. That bead is another word for this wire that goes across the rim. Really don't want to damage those things. That's what keeps the tire on the rim, especially at high speed, which you may not plan on going, but you will. Occasionally downhill or something. Going like 30 miles an hour. Okay, that's interesting. The bead's in here, but not over here. I'll try to fix that. Oh, you certainly wouldn't do this with a regular tube. There we go, I think. Nope. Alright, gonna work my way around. There we go, that's the trick. Ah, shit. Just put the screwdriver through my tire. Will that stop me? No. Just gotta make sure I put the screwdriver onto the metal bead and not the soft tire rubber, which punctures quite easily with a screwdriver, even if there's supposedly Kevlar belts in there, which I'm sure there is. They're just probably out where the stickers and glass would be, not here on the sidewall. Anyway, that's the trick right there, just to get a screwdriver and push that bead in, assuming you're stuck out somewhere where there's no soapy water or water. So that's something that wasn't in the instructions, huh? By the way, if I get a lot of comments on this video, I'm not even going to read them. If they're negative, might even delete them. So don't waste your time writing any long ones, because I may do that if I even bother to look at the comments, or maybe I'll even turn the comments off. Be like a politician. Which is probably a smart thing to do if you're a politician. What's the difference, right? Okay. Gotta wonder how many YouTube people are gonna end up running for politics someday. Used to be TV and movie stars. Oh well. Oh man, this would slide so much easier if I use soap. Let's put another hole in the tire there. Okay, I think we're just about the last part here. Funny, kind of goes in easy there. Anyway, it's all the way through, but actual bead's not let out. Now you can see why you want to use a Allen head, because you'd probably have trouble pulling that through if it was a flat head, but imagine anything could be done with a little force, right? No, anyway, there you get the idea. You can see how this is almost ready to come off where this is seated. I'm gonna have to push that in, otherwise it'll fall off while I'm riding it. There we go. It's kind of easy now that most of it's on. Wish I hadn't poked that hole in the tire, but hell, I'm the one riding it, right? Okay, now, if you've watched this far, the directions are those directions from Bell and that other company. that's not my responsibility. That's from Bill and the other company. As far as what you've seen me do, obviously I'm not a professional. Obviously I'm not, well, for legal reasons, I'm not going to recommend you do anything I'm doing. Even though, what's the purpose of doing it if I'm not trying to help people, right? But for those of you, you might want to say, ooh, that's the way to do it wrong. Fine, I don't care. I think I could agree with that. Jesus Christ, the way this thing is so off the bead. Oh yeah, I could agree with that. Boy, tempting just to buy a new tire at this point thanks to that hole I punched in it, but nope. I gotta go. I'm planning on riding this today. I'm kind of in a hurry to get it done. But I'm not in a hurry to do it, or I'm gonna put myself at risk either. So I gotta make sure this is well seated. Maybe if I try to tighten it up on this end, it'll get better. It won't work. Anyway, something that seemed too tight before seems too loose now, and this still hasn't seated below the rim line where it locks in. So I'm just going to keep working on this. Once I get it done, there's not going to be a whole lot much more to show you, because I'm not going to stop the thing and show you me riding it. This is a one-take deal. Ah, jeez. Oh well, I guess I gotta quit trying to take shortcuts and just move it through a little at a time, like I did before. There we go. Putting the screwdriver on that metal bead now so it doesn't poke through the tire. Again, this is something you would never do with a tube tire. It would have poked so many holes in the tube, it's ridiculous. Okay. Seems like it's pretty much done now. No, I didn't cheat with water. That was sweat that fell down there. Anyway, there's like a line, thin line. You can follow it all the way across, and it should be even, and on both sides. And if that line in the rubber is not even with the tube, with the rim, then the tire, when you're riding it, is going to have like a wobble to it and look funny. And at least for me, it didn't really affect the performance, so I just kind of fixed it a little bit and didn't worry about it. But since I got everything out, it's kind of nice to do it right. By the way, you can stop this video if you want. I'm just checking for details here, because I think I'm about ready to call this done. Oh. Just making sure it's properly seated. Yeah, it's seated, and that little line's pretty much the same everywhere. Maybe when I ride it, it'll even get a little seated better. Okay, I'm turning this thing off. Hope it helped you. Bye-bye.